Hi everybody, I'm Stacy with Stacy's Organizing and Decorating for Life or stacyforlife.com. I'm here to help you organize your thoughts and decorate your perspectives. So let's get started. Today's video was going to be on the law of reciprocity. And so in studying that, I discovered that not many people are interested in the law of reciprocity, and I understand why. Because the law of reciprocity suggests that someone is giving with the expectation that you'll feel obligated to give back. And that's more of a business deal and not a relationship, friendship. So while I acknowledge that many people have those kind of relationships, that's not what we're trying to do here, is the tit for tat and this for that. And I understand some people measure, but that's not what I encourage. So I guess really what I wanted to share on was, once again, the law of polarity, not being able to have one thing without having the other. And with that being said, let's get into what I'm talking about with it being the holiday season, is giving and receiving, because that's what I wanted to talk about today, is the acceptance and being able to give and receive. So what I hear, though, oftentimes are the labels of that, the givers and the takers. And that's what I wanted to address at this time, is that sometimes when I'm talking to people, I never really hear that much about the givers, but the takers, people will say, oh, they're just a taker, blah, 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 and it's really got a negative aspect to it. Both are necessary in this life, but when I ask people why they say that when they're talking about the takers, they're kind of dumbfounded at first that I ask, why did they say that? Because most people don't question why people say something like that. But what I try to do is get people to think about their language, because what they're saying to themselves, to someone else, to this universe does matter. And then when they go to explain it, there's kind of a sense of embarrassment, about why they said that. And usually it's derived from an old tape from the past, maybe parents or something. It's just a learned thing that they just said, and they're not really understanding. So that's why I say that we can get caught up in labels and not really even understand or know why we're doing that. But anything we put in the universe has some energy and power, and so sometimes I try to dispel those things. Most of the time when people are giving, they're trying to help somebody out. Maybe somebody's struggling in an area. I know when I became a single mom, I didn't know how to budget. I didn't know how I was going to do this and that and the other. And there were people that, helped me out. So they wanted to see me succeed, and that was the plan. And so when I did succeed, what I've done in turn is try to help other people succeed. And I think that's all what we want to do, is keep that cycle, that divine flow going. One of the greatest achievers is Tony Robbins, and he helps many people achieve. And his saying is that the secret to living is giving. However, some people are afraid to give because they're afraid of being taken advantage of. Some people are afraid to receive because they're afraid that there will be that law of reciprocity, of the expectation and obligation. So that's really a block, because nothing changes if we continue with that thought pattern. The thing is I don't think either of those thought patterns help anybody feel any better. Labeling and stuff like that, calling people names, givers and takers, that's not going to change the world. And what we all aspire to do, or what most of us aspire to do, I believe, is to be the change they want to see in the world, that we want to see in the world. And we can't do that by repeating the old stuff. One of my favorite spiritual teachers, Michael Merdad, taught many of us how to gauge our giving by asking us to ask ourselves, can I afford it? Can I afford it mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, emotionally? If I can't afford it on any of those levels, then I need to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't. No judgment, anything else, no feeling guilty, nothing like that. You just say, no, I'm sorry, I can't. No excuses. However, if it's yes, if we can give on those levels, if we're free, we can say with a resounding hell yes. But here's the thing that you're not going to like, that I'm going to tell you next, is that it's none of our business what people do with what we give them. It's a gift. And so we give it to them, and then hopefully they go on to do what other people have done, what it's intended to do. Your intention behind the gift is what matters, not anything else. And usually we want to let somebody express some joy, and feel some love. So we have to remember the reason behind our giving when we give. And that's what I wanted to suggest to you with this video this week, is to open up another way and a thought process for you to think differently about giving and about receiving. Because that's where gratitude comes from. Not all of our gifts are monetary, and many of us have gratitude for people who show up and suit up and show up in our lives and make a difference. So I just want to encourage you to make a difference in somebody's life, to be the change that you want to see, in this season especially. So with all that being said, many thanks to you. I'm grateful to all of you, and if you would please put in the comments below, I say every week, what you can tell me what you're grateful for, what you got out of this video, anything that you'd like to hear me speak about. And Grinchy and I tell you bye now and hope that you have a fantastic week. Right, Grinch? Yeah. Bye, y'all.